Hello and a warm welcome to this special report on the Agricultural Research Council of Nigerian Television, ARC-NTV, Mabuchi, Abuja. My name is Fatima Suleiman. Today our focus is on the Federal College of Animal Health and Production Technology, Fcahpt, capital of Plateau State, which held its fourth induction ceremony on Thursday, 1st of February 2024 at the college auditorium. The ceremony was attended by students, staffs, families and other invited guests. The ceremony began with a welcome address by the Provost of Federal College of Animal Health and Production Technology, Dr. Jude Obi Opara, who commended the great institute as it's the only one of its kind in Nigeria. He advised the graduates to be good ambassador of the schools and the nation at large. Dr. Sati Unguluku, Director, Extension and Diagnosis, AMD, the representative of the Veterinary Research Institute, VOM, Dr. Maria Muhammad addressed the inductees, noting that the veterinary field in Nigeria has many gaps that needs to be filled in order to advance the nation veterinary field.
So I'm here to welcome you to this very important occasion, the induction of the graduates of the Veterinary Laboratory Technology and also the Animal Health Technology. These courses are very dear, especially to this country at this time. The Veterinary Laboratory Technology has been a gap in the veterinary setup, and all thanks go to Professor Sharubutu, who saw that need and that gap while he was a provost of the college and introduced this course, and we want to appreciate him for that. The provost that took over from him has maintained it and also scaled it up, and I think this is a plus, because this is going to fill a big gap in our nation. And thank God the president of the Veterinary Council is going to induct you. And going forward, you are going to be registered with her, and I'm very sure they are going to strive hard to open space where all of you will be engaged. So we want to thank the president of the Veterinary Council, and I know the person that she is, she will push to make sure that all of you are engaged. The National Veterinary Research Institute, as we know, is hosting all the colleges. We are in a community, and the laboratories of the institute is used for training these vet laboratory technologists. And I'm sure by the time they get out, they'll be one of the best trained, because they have gone through some of the best laboratories that we have in this country. And I believe that wherever they will be engaged, they will demonstrate that skills that they have learned while going through this training. And the institute will continue to partner with the colleges to provide these services, because we are also contributing to the human resource of this country. And we will continue to do that and to continue to do more. So once again, I want to congratulate the graduates for going through this year's training and having come to this stage that you will be inducted. I'm sure you will represent this college in good light, and you also demonstrate the skills that you've learned in this college.
Executive Secretary of Agricultural Research Council of Nigeria, Professor Garba Hamidu Sharubutu, expressed concern over the expansion and sustainability of newly inducted fellows. He disclosed that the council will ensure massive employment of the inductee into all the colleges of agriculture. Professor Hamidou Garba Sharubutu harped on the directive of the Minister of Agriculture, Senator Abubakar Kari, on easing the training of students to be able to practice seamlessly. He charged the association lead to continue to open up and expand while pledging federal government support.
At the level of the Agricultural Research Council of Nigeria, we are working on a schedule. And just like we did with our veterinarians, the next batch of permission to recruit by the special grace of God will witness the massive employment of these graduates into all the colleges of agriculture. I'm saying that because even as I was about to come here, you know, I have to take permission from my minister. Abubakar Kyari drew my attention to the fact that we must make sure that we tell these provosts that are seated here today that the training must be comprehensive, it must be complete, it must be perfect, and it must be geared towards these students going to practice veterinary laboratory technology perfectly. And I promised him that in doing that, this college did not want to belabor a student with microbiology, with anesthesiology, with diagnostic radiology, as well as pathology. That we have decided to fragment those courses so that you will learn little and little until you know virtually everything. So, President Man, what you are seeing before you, I'm sure they are in categories. When you come to swear them in, there are various heads of units or heads of program will do that. So you have a responsibility, Madam President, Madam Capacity, like I said. You have a responsibility to open up. And we, as employers of labor, will continue to give you all the necessary support so that today will mark the signature of your achievement as the president of the Veterinary Council of Nigeria, of Veterinary and Medical Laboratory. Controversy is gone. Selfishness is gone. Humility has been restored. And if there is anything... Now, I never knew that a hall like this, nobody ever knew that a hall like this will be erected in this small place. Lo and behold, we are here enjoying with full aeration. You don't even need an AC to sit in this hall because the windows are well designed, the ceiling is well lifted, the floors are well tiled, and then the high table is well arranged. Now, I'm not here to sing praises. I'm here to encourage all of you who are supposed to take over from us to make sure that we do that. That is the price of success. That is the price of selection of a good successor. Now, I want to appreciate you. It is not my responsibility to declare this organization or this occasion open. Now that the Veterinary Council are here themselves, my work as chairman is to appreciate you and to hand over the whole of the rest of the organization to the president of the Veterinary Council. She will be the one that will command what happens. That is the practice.
The President, Veterinary Council of Nigeria, AIG Dr. Mrs. Aisha Abubakar Baju, commended and expressed appreciation to the institute. She stated that the field of veterinary medicine has come a long way in Nigeria, starting with the establishment of first veterinary school in Vom, Plateau State in 1974. Which proudly produced the first veterinary graduates. AIG Dr. Mrs. Aisha Baju urged all inductees to adhere to all the ethics of the profession.
It is indeed an honor and a great privilege for me to be here at the induction and oath-taking ceremony of the graduates of this historic institution. It is historic because the field of veterinary medicine which has come a long way in Nigeria, started with the establishment of the first veterinary school here in Vom, Plateau State in 1947. So this is the origin of the veterinary profession in Nigeria. And that institution has at that time produced the first veterinary graduates. Today, we boast of 11 approved veterinary schools across the nation and many colleges of animal health and production in this country. With this evolution came the establishment of the Veterinary Council of Nigeria in 1953 to regulate the quality of training and practice of veterinary medicine in the country. This makes it 70 years of existence, and I'm sure you are aware that we celebrated 70 years of the existence of council few months back. Among the functions and activities of the council include: 1 is determining the standard of knowledge and skills to be attained by persons seeking to be registered under the Veterinary Surgeons Act and reviewing those standards from time to time as the circumstance may permit. 2, securing in accordance with the provisions of the Act, the establishment and maintenance of a register of persons registered under the Act. And that register is maintained by, I'm talking to you, I'm not talking to any other person, by the Registrar of Council. 3, ascertaining that the quality of instructions in our higher institutions for training of veterinary and veterinary paraprofessionals for the purpose of the accreditation with the council. 4, ensuring that standards in such approved institutions are not only maintained but improved upon. And 5, ensuring that registered veterinary and veterinary paraprofessionals remain ethical, law-abiding, and are continually improving themselves through a regular peer-approved professional continuing education. So this education is not ending today. As council, we want to ensure that you continually improve yourselves. As you take your oath today as veterinary paraprofessionals, you are charged with the responsibility of ensuring that you are duly registered with the Veterinary Council of Nigeria and are obligated to ensure the following. 1, you know, my own is to be giving marching orders and directives. That is why the council is here. 1, observing the ethics of the profession faithfully. 2, payment of your annual retention fee and prompt renewal of your practice license, which is now fully digitized. 3, attending council organized and accredited continuing education programs for the purpose of updating your knowledge and keeping up with international best practices. As you are aware, this oath-taking ceremony represents your formal admission into the veterinary para-profession in line with the provisions of the World Association for Animal Health, WAR. Hence, it is necessary if you are to be engaged in veterinary practice legally in Nigeria and elsewhere. Similarly, it is also important to note that as veterinary paraprofessionals, you are guided by clearly defined code of ethics, which are in place to provide and ensure a good relationship with your professional colleagues, both the veterinarians and the veterinary paraprofessionals. There must be mutual respect among colleagues and also for senior colleagues. You know, in the peace profession, we are people that respect our elders. Also note that this is a noble profession. As such, your personal comportment must reflect nobility. Your mode of dressing and behavior must command respect, and touting for practice is forbidden. You are not going to be wearing tattered jeans and open t-shirt and be walking on the street and you say you are a veterinary paraprofessional. I hope we understand. Lastly and most importantly is your relationship with the Veterinary Council of Nigeria. As a member of the veterinary paraprofessional, you are duly obligated to show the utmost respect to the Veterinary Council and its members. The VCN is the police of the profession, and it has a duty to sanction any veterinary doctor or veterinary paraprofessional who falls short of his duties.
Presenting a paper on ethics in veterinary practice in Nigeria, contemporary, and the way forward. Dr. Dauda Bwala, the National Vice President of NVMA, said veterinary medicine plays an important role in Nigeria in ensuring the health and well-being of not only animals but also humans. He said this development is aimed at ensuring the veterinarians not only prioritize the health and welfare of animals but also consider the needs and rights of the owners. Let's hear him.
Nigeria, with a population of about over 200 million, heavily relies on agriculture for economic growth and sustenance. As a result, the health and productivity of livestock are of paramount importance. Thus, the Nigerian livestock sector is crucial to the achievement of food security. And that's why the federal government has renamed the Ministry of Agri to Ministry of Agri and Food Security. Income and employment. The veterinary medicine plays a pivotal role in Nigeria, ensuring the health and well-being of not only the livestock, but also humans, by preventing and treating diseases, improving animal productivity and their welfare, while enhancing the economy and the livelihood of the livestock farmers and the economy of the country at large. But ethical considerations are a significant aspect in guiding veterinarians in their practices. Veterinary ethics can therefore be defined as a set of standards or moral principles that govern and enable veterinarians fulfill their professional and moral obligation in their relationship with colleagues, with their patients, with their clients, and the society at large. The development and enforcement of ethical guidelines and laws are crucial in veterinary medicine. And thus, ethical committees, regulatory agencies like the Veterinary Council of Nigeria, veterinary associations, and government organizations play a key role in providing guidance and support to professionals. So we'll look at the evolution of veterinary ethics in Nigeria. Just as the veterinary medicine in Nigeria has evolved over the years and experienced significant growth and development, the ethical principles in veterinary medicine have also evolved in Nigeria over time. Initially, the main focus of ethical considerations of vets were on animal welfare and prevention of diseases. Thus, the vets were primarily concerned with diagnosing and treating diseases, and little emphasis on ethical decision making. However, as the profession matures, the ethical framework expanded to include a broader range of considerations, which include issues such as honest consent, professional integrity, confidentiality, and the duty to provide quality animal health care services. These developments were aimed at ensuring that veterinarians not only prioritize the health and welfare of animals, but also consider the needs and the rights of the owners. As the veterinary ethical principles continue to develop and evolve over time, principally influenced by the changing nature of practice, technologies, livestock production systems, and the relationship between veterinarians, animals, society, and the state, certain challenges have evolved. These ethical challenges are prevalent in Nigeria, and they are posing significant concern for the industry. Some of these challenges that the profession had to face for a long time includes: 1, lack of awareness and education on animal rights. In Nigeria, there are notable lack of awareness and education regarding animal rights. Many people do not understand the importance of treating animals ethically or fail to recognize their rights to proper care and welfare.
The acting registrar of the Veterinary Council of Nigeria, Dr. Oladotun Fadipe, administered the oaths and issued work permits to the new inductees of Federal College of Animal Health and Production Technology VOM.
My job is very easy. Like Professor Rutu said, I have the register. So I've come to ensure that your name enters what? The veterinary register. So I will not say much and I will not belabor the event, because what you need to know as we pass across to you by the guest speaker and of course comprehensively by the President of Council. So with the kind permission of the President of Council, I want to proceed to induct the new graduates. So may I request all the new graduates to please be on their feet. When I say I, you put your name, and when we are getting towards the end, when I say lifelong learning as, you put the discipline where you are being inducted. So we start. I, being admitted to the veterinary para-profession, declare and pledge that I shall dedicate myself to aiding the society by collaborating with the veterinary surgeon in providing excellent care and services for the relief of animal suffering, the promotion of animal production, and public health. I accept as a lifelong obligation to practice my profession conscientiously, with dignity, adhering to the code of ethics of the veterinary para-profession, and furthering my knowledge and competence through a commitment to lifelong learning as so help me God.
Professor Garba Hamidu Shaributu and AIG Dr. Aisha Baju, the President of the Veterinary Council of Nigeria, presented departmental awards to the best graduating students of Animal Health and Production Technology VOM.
Diagnostic imaging option. You can see what will happen if you perform better.
Goodwill message presented by the Provost of the Federal College of Land Resource Technology, Kuru, Dr. Ademola Mashood Raji.
Most of the messages that have been spoken out today, I have adopted them, but I want to tell the graduates, please pay attention to all what has been said by the President and the Registrar of the Council. It will do you well.
Dr. Irmiya Dabil gave closing remarks, expressing appreciation to the Provost from other colleges, parents and invited guests. Speaking after the event, Executive Secretary of the Agricultural Research Council of Nigeria, Professor Garba Hamidu Shaributu, said the Minister of Agriculture, Senator Abubakar Kyari, is encouraging the construction of veterinary hospitals and medical centers across the length and breadth of the country.
Well, first of all, this is a unique occasion. Unique because this is the first time the program in veterinary laboratory technology is being mounted. It was initiated by this college And it's not surprising that this college initiated it, because this is the first college that trains graduates in all aspects of veterinary medicine. And this time around, we're talking about veterinary laboratory technology. Before now, there was no issue of veterinary laboratory technology in this country. We are relying more on medical laboratory technologies to run samples for animals. We have found the inadequacy of it, and so we decided that a course like that would be mounted. And graciously, the National Board for Technical Education granted that permission, both at the national diploma and at the higher national diploma level. So having been here, as part of the ceremony, together with the President of the Veterinary Council of Nigeria, I think is something that is worth celebrating, is something that every veterinarian in this country needs to be happy about. The only thing there is that I'll call on all other colleges of agriculture to ensure that they mount this program, so that at least we'll be able to have a good number of them. And why do we need a good number of them? A lot of veterinary teaching hospitals are opening up. The Honorable Minister for Agriculture is encouraging the construction of veterinary hospitals and medical centers across the length and breadth of this country. In fact, he has said that times without number, that we must try as much as possible to go into the nooks and crannies of this country to ensure that our animals are very, very healthy. Just recently, he has approved a program for us to move into the community and start vaccination. We have just finished the vaccination of over 50,000 animals on the dictates of the Honorable Minister. And these are the personnel that are supposed to undertake that responsibility.
The President, Veterinary Council of Nigeria, AIG Dr. Mrs. Aisha Abubakar Baju, expressed appreciation over the importance of induction ceremonies with the Veterinary Council of Nigeria, as it's important for practicing as a veterinarian in the country.
Well, I feel great. This is part of the activities of the council. What we did today is to induct the new veterinary paraprofessionals that have been trained at this college. And it is part of the requirement that for you to practice either as a veterinary doctor or a veterinary paraprofessional, you must be registered by the council, which has the responsibility of regulating the training and the practice of veterinary medicine in Nigeria. Well, as I said, if you have heard my speech, we from council, we encourage them to follow the ethics, be highly professional, and already we have a set of activities we are doing. We are calling on to them to key in line with Mr. President's renewed hope on livestock reform in the country.
The Provost, Federal College of Animal Health and Production Technology, Dr. Jude Opara, also expressed his excitement over the success of the event.
Well, I feel very, very happy, especially being a dream come true. It's been something we've been planning for a very long time, taking cognizance of the role these graduates will play in the food security agenda of Mr. President. So we are very, very happy that we are sending them into the field to contribute their quota in the realization of the food security agenda of Mr. President. From the graduates, well, I have no doubt that they'll be very good ambassador of the college. My expectation is that they will keep the flag flying. I wish them well in their future endeavors.
One of the best graduating students from the pathology department, Alhamis Nafan Esther, expressed her excitement and appreciation.
I am so excited today, being the best graduating student, and I appreciate God Almighty for the grace. I appreciate my parents, lecturers, and the entire college for their time. The challenges that I went through, it was finance. I intend to further my education.
And that is all on this special report on the 4th induction ceremony of the Federal College of Animal Health and Production Technology, FOM, Plateau State. I am Fatima Suleiman, thanking you for watching.